What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of At Home with Mark. It's season 12, episode 7. And I have a wonderful musician on the show today, a wonderful guitar player, somebody that I love watching on YouTube with his bands, multiple bands. And we're going to talk a lot about guitar today, I'm sure. I'm going to talk a little bit about Fish. I know there's been a theme lately on this channel that people didn't know, Cal, that I was such a jam band nerd. But Cal Kehoe is here. Cal, thanks for hanging.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Great. Yeah, it's funny, man. Like for years, I think I kind of hid my jam bandness, maybe not like on purpose, but then at some point, I guess when I started kind of really getting back into it and like relearning stuff for like this one-off Fish tribute thing we did, people were like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you were super this this much into Mo and Fish." And I was like, "Oh yeah, my whole friggin' life, dude."
I gotta be honest, as a fan of your channel, I was also one of those people that were shocked. I was like, "Oh, this dude is like," for a second, I was like, "Oh, this dude's just getting into it," and then I was like, "No, he's not. No, he's not."
No, dude. My older brother, I have a brother who's 4 years older than me. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have two siblings that are 10 and 11 years older than me.
Oh shit! So I'm sure you were exposed to a lot of music.
I was. It varied a lot. Like a lot of the music comes from half of my dad and half of my brother. It was like this half of my brother was all the stuff I stole from his room when he went to college.
And amen.
And the other stuff was everything that my dad was playing in the house.
Okay.
Yeah. That part took over a lot more, but the skater
it's such
punk
a gift, isn't it though? Like
yeah.
Having like older siblings, and my daughter doesn't have this because she's an only child, but she's getting music from me, I guess. But like having older siblings was such a blessing in my house because I was like exposed to the coolest stuff before my friends were, you know.
Big time. Big time.
Well, let's jump back because that's kind of a good segue. I mean, what is your earliest musical memory? Now, it could be anything. It could be, listening to music, could be playing music, whatever it is. But like, what's the earliest thing that pops in your noggin?
There's a lot. I mean, a lot of them have to do with the Beatles. I mean, it's funny. I said this do you know Cam Hurd, who's the comedian? He has like a Instagram page and he has a podcast called Best Show Ever, and he talks about the best show ever.
Oh yeah. I've heard
yeah. He's pretty big in like the jam band scene too, as like the jam band comedian. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
We talked about a lot of that like early concert stuff on his podcast, and I have to be careful always answering this question, but it's a legitimate response because my earliest like at least concert memory is like my brother and my dad showed me a lot of cool music, but like I got to NSYNC because of my sister.
Heck yeah.
So those are like my first two concerts when I was like 4 years old.
That's dope, dude.
And I have such like a fond memory of being at Hershey Park. But like, honestly, the cool stuff happened when I was like, in late middle school, early high school. It was during the Allman Brothers Beacon runs for the 40th anniversary. And when my dad and I went to, I can't remember the date. It was, I think March, had to be after the Hampton Fish runs, because it was the first time that Trey and Paige were back sitting in with the Allman Brothers post them doing their first shows back at Hampton Coliseum. So that was like an incredible, that's probably my favorite concert I've ever seen in my life. And like, I think I skipped school the next day because I think it was like a Tuesday, but it was like, it was Trey and Paige and Buddy Guy sat in.
What?
Yeah. So it was like the end of set one was, I think, Southbound with all of them. And then the opening of set two was I Know You Rider in memory of Elizabeth Reed. And it's like Derek, Warren, and Trey at that point in my life were my favorite, and still really are, like my favorite living guitar players. And I love that you have to find that show somewhere, because like I can sing that whole jam. Like I know every note of that, and I actually quote it so much because it's like both of those, the Ryder, Liz Reed, both of them are just like amazing. That was such a massive impact on me and my guitar playing and musicianship that I was just like, okay, time to put the skateboard down. Like, let's actually take this really seriously. And it just like, from there, it was just like, I think my dad and I saw like 200 shows while I was in high school. So it was just, and
Oh
my
my
whole family and I,
god,
yeah, it was a
dude.
big deal.
That's amazing, man. Like
Yeah.
what a oh, dude. I didn't have that. I mean, my dad took us to see the Monkees at Pier 6 in Baltimore
I
when I
saw
was
the
real little.
Monkees too.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. And it's funny, I didn't see NSYNC, but like, I mean, I'm in my mid 40s. I saw the New Kids on the Block like when I was super little, like probably fourth grade or third grade.
It's
But
pretty
so
good.
there's a little parallel there.
Pretty
But
good.
I mean, anytime you have a parent that is like that in love with music and
Yeah.
exposes you to that, it's hard to not have that like by osmosis just seep into you, I guess.
Yeah, because like, in my family, there's not a lot of musicians in the family. And my dad always had an acoustic guitar kicking around in the house. So that was kind of like somewhere younger, around 9 or 10, I was kind of interested in tuning that Ibanez acoustic, which I still have, to like, one note and learning like Smells Like Teen Spirit. And then I think something kind of clicked within both my parents being like, maybe he should do this. But I kind
Mm.
of had, I asked my dad how to play a few songs. So I learned like, I think I learned the riff of Over the Hills and Far Away, the main part of like And You and I by Yes.
Oh, look at you.
And then I think I learned part of Blackbird. And then after that, my dad had like a Beatles chords book. And I
Mhm.
just was like, I tried to learn every single thing that I could possibly learn out of there. So
Yeah.
yeah, and shout out to like it was early. That was like 2004, 2005, and I had a hand-me-down laptop. Like shout out to Ultimate Guitar and like
Right.
tab websites. Like no one really everyone's always like, oh, you got to learn by your ear, but like honestly, man, like that was such learning Californication on like a Chili Peppers like fan tab site was such a big deal for me. I remember being like, I learned Californication. Like, how did you
Mm.
do that? Oh, it's like on a website. Like, it was a
Yeah.
big deal. I mean, it was like a cool thing because I have every Hal Leonard. Is it Hal Leonard that did all the tab
Oh
books?
yeah, I'm looking at them right now, dude. I mean, there's two. They're the Beatles Volume 1, Beatles Volume 2,
Yep.
Grateful Dead anthology, like
Yep.
John Mayer. It's like, yeah, it's all Pearl Jam. Yeah, it's all there.
Which John Mayer you got? Is it Continuum?
I have Continuum and I have Room for Squares.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I have Heavier Things. I got some Ben Folds 5 because I play keys too. So
Oh no way. Ben
yeah,
Folds
yeah.
5 is probably like one of my favorite bands of all time.
Dude,
Yeah.
we
Oh
need to
yeah.
hang out sometime.
I know,
man.
right?
You guys are playing. It's funny because you guys are playing at Rock in the Docks in Lewis, Delaware. I
Yeah.
just saw this because I'm friends with Eggy, and I was trying to get
Oh, cool.
see if they needed an opening act for us to come hang and play with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. So I was like, oh shit, he's playing there too this summer. Like,
Yeah.
so I'll have to figure. I don't know how. I mean, that's like a Thursday night, I think, something like that.
Where what was the date on that?
It's
I'm
like
trying to
August 20th.
Yeah, sounds familiar. I won't get into Google Calendar so much on on a live
Yeah.
show, but oh yeah, there I am. Yeah.
Yep,
Louis
you guys
Silver.
are playing down there, so
Cool,
I'll
man.
see what I can do to
Yeah.
get down there. But
I love the Eggy guys. I've had some. They're all Connecticut boys too, so I've had some fun hangs with those guys, and they're great. I love
yeah,
those guys.
they're good dudes.
We ran into each other randomly in the middle of Yellowstone National Park. Like,
really?
yeah, just out of just absolute, just like we were passing each other by one of the like big, like pools that looked like Mars or whatever. I don't know if you've ever been to Yellowstone, but we were just
Last
like,
summer
what
we went. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's like when I was there.
Oh, it's so funny.
That's so funny.
The
Yeah.
prismatic springs, all that
Yes,
weird. Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah.
Mhm. That's dope. Yeah.
I love those guys.
Did you do like either Tetons or did you do Glacier at all?
We drove through. We did a little bit of the Tetons, but we didn't drive through Glacier. I'm trying to remember what the shows were. Our whole like between Reprise and Pig Talking Fish, my whole like last year has just been like I don't remember where I was. I remember the shows really well, but a lot of the times I can't really remember where I was. I could tell you what the green room looked like, but I can't tell you the town I was in.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
People make jokes about that, obviously, but like people don't understand. Like it is kind of confusing because you're so transient. It's like
Mhm.
you're just on the road and you're just moving, and like all you're doing is like getting to some place to do another show, to get to another place to do another show, to sit and
Yep.
wait. And, you know what I mean? It's like
Hurry up
continuous.
to wait
Yep.
is really what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's kind of like not jump too far ahead because I do want to go back. So when you started playing guitar and your folks were like, "Oh, maybe he should do this," did you actually like take formal lessons at that time?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I I am primarily self-taught.
Wow.
I went to Berkeley for about a year.
When were you
Um,
there?
I was there in 2013 to 2014, and I did a
Okay. Yeah.
5-week program in 2011, which was awesome. That was really cool. I was still in high school, and that was, like, really fun to be a part of that. That was actually, like 5-week is, like I recommend that to anyone that's looking to go to Berkeley is try the 5-week program prior to, but, yeah, other than that, I've had no other formal education. I mean, since then, I've definitely taken some, like, pretty awesome guitar courses. I took, like, Isaiah Sharkey course
Oh
that, like,
wow.
was, like, the I love that guy so much,
Like
but
neo soul type stuff. Like what was that all
yeah,
about?
it was like he was doing some stuff during the pandemic, and I just, like it was one of those kinda, like not pickup you know, that website Pickup Jazz or something like that? There's, like or, like, Sonara, I can't remember what they were called, but he was offering some course, and I was just like, "I gotta do this because I was
Mm,
teaching so much guitar as well, but you always gotta you always gotta learn stuff, you know, you never
mhm.
stop learning. But yeah, so to answer short question long, yeah, I'm primarily self-taught and
Okay.
still continue to be.
So, well, here's the thing though. I mean, and we'll get into because I listened to the stuff from like the new record, which I think is amazing, man. I think
Oh, thank you.
you really I don't want to go there yet, but I'll say this. We can come back to it, but you really hit a nice genre define spot
Mm,
like with that music. And I mean that in biggest compliment because I think it's so hard to come from doing what you do to that people know you for
yeah.
to like hear your new music. Maybe people that didn't know you were doing like your own original music for such a long time, but to hear that and expect something else, but like what you get is so much cooler. Like,
Thank you, man.
do you know
That
what I
means a
mean?
lot. Yeah.
I just, you know, because I feel like Spend is this really cool. I guess we can talk about it now. And we can go backwards, but I feel like
Sure.
Spend is this like such a great like pop rock tune.
Yeah.
It almost like reminds me of not completely, but it takes me back to like the first time I heard like Jellyfish or
Mm,
you know, some of that like power pop guitar driven stuff.
yeah.
Um, but then, you know, I feel like One Stars is this cool. What I loved about that when I heard it is like the mixture of major and minor and
Mm.
modal. It almost feels like Peter Gabriel-esque in a
Oh, thank you.
way
Yeah.
to me. More than it does somebody being like, that's like sounds like Fish or whatever. Like somebody
Yeah.
wants to like pigeonhole you, which I don't think is fair because if people hear this, they'll be like, oh wow, man, like this is like deep, like original music.
Yeah. Oh, I
Um,
appreciate you saying that, man.
yeah.
I'm psyched for you to hear the rest of it, which I can totally send to you. I want you to hear the rest of the record. Um, because yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily my goal to be like, you know, let me outsmart the audience that knows me by coming in with something entirely different. Um, but I mean, I've always felt like I've had something to say that is different and not necessarily representative of what you would disclose as like jam rock, you
Mhm.
know, because I think sometimes that can turn into an actual genre rather than an improvisational band. You know, like take like My Morning Jacket or like Dawes, for instance, like they can extend their songs. Like, would you consider them a jam band? I personally wouldn't.
Mm.
Um, whereas like I think that this is not a slight at any jam bands, but like I think that there is a genre called jam band and not necessarily that doesn't necessarily that mean it's a bad thing or that didn't want to be in that genre or pigeonholed in that genre, but I definitely had something more to say that was like akin to like some of my favorite artists, like in my absolute just everyday inspirations. Like Father John Misty is like a huge inspiration on me, and I think even Ben Folds too, and like Jeff Buckley is like my god.
Oh
Like,
God,
and
yeah.
it's like Jeff Buckley and Jimi Hendrix kind of go hand in hand for me in terms of like the talent level and just how like otherworldly they are. So I think like as a songwriter, I just wanted to make sure that I was like succinct and there was intention behind what I was trying to convey rather than just being like, I could write like we all can write like a cool funk song if we really want to, you know?
Well, not everybody, but
Well, not everybody.
I know
Yeah.
what you mean. But
You know what
everybody
I'm
can play
saying?
the 1 and the 4 chord and turn it into something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Exactly
like
that.
I love the Wood Brothers. It's funny. Like the
Yeah.
Wood Brothers are one of my favorite bands. And when Oliver Wood was on here, I was like, you guys get, and I was like, I mean this as a compliment, but you guys get more mileage out of the 1/4 progression than any band on this planet. like if you listen to their music, like most of the tunes are 1/4.
Yeah.
But they reinvent it every time and make it new, and it somehow doesn't feel the same every time.
Yeah, it's true,
Which
man. I'll never.
genius.
We had a show cancellation when we were in Colorado like years ago, and because of the snow, and we wound up going to Boulder Theater to see the Wood Brothers. And we got there like pretty late, but I remember they encored, and I was like, wow, this song is incredible. And I was like writing the lyrics down because you can't Shazam a live show. I'm like writing the lyrics down. I'm like, God, have you guys heard this song? And I looked it up, and it's freaking Luckiest Man. And it
Yeah.
has like 150 million streams on Spotify. I was like, okay, I'm just dumb, I guess. I had no idea.
And that song is basically Say It Ain't So by Weezer.
Oh, yep, exactly that. Great point.
Yeah.
It's exactly what that is.
But it's
Oh
like
my
the
God.
way that they twist things and the way that you kind of have twisted all of your influences and just threw them into a pot and shook them around and dumped them out. It, like you said, it just creates a new genre in and of itself. And I like genres. I like understanding like how things could be labeled, but at the same time, I'm like, music is music.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever
Yep.
the hell you fucking listen to. It's like, it doesn't matter what the label is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
But I think people in the jam band world or not are gonna fucking love, just from the 2 songs I've heard. I was already gonna say like to my band, I was gonna send them these to like, you should check this shit out. It's fucking
cool,
dope.
man. Thank you.
But it sounds good too, man. Like the way it's recorded, it sounds
so
awesome.
it's funny you say that, and like just backing up a little bit in terms of like, you know, not necessarily calling it a specific genre. I have been struggling, you know, when you upload these songs to aggregators or you're trying to tell someone what the kind of music is. It's tough to be like, is it indie rock? Is it alternative rock? Is it jam rock? Is it, you know, it's tough to say. And just like you said, I mean, it's kind of just like music is music. And that's kind of how the rest of the record is too. I mean, there's some, I wouldn't say it strays so far away from what's already there. There are definitely like 1 or 2 a little bit more upbeat. There's like a really cool it's a song called The Missing Link side A and B, which was inspired by that Black Keys song. There's that record with the Black Keys where they have a side A and a side B, and the songs are like, one's really slow and acoustic and one's really fast, and they like go into
That's
each other,
cool.
all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, it's tough to say this is the genre that I'm putting out. But the funny thing is like in the creation of definitely Spend in One Star, the influences there were so bizarre. If I try to tell people that. So specifically with One Star, Tom Marshall and I, lyricist of Fish, are very close. He's a great friend of mine, and he's kind of like, you know, him and I kind of spearheaded the whole journey that we've started with Reprise. But Tom and I have been writing music together since 2016, 2017. And we wrote some songs years ago. I put those out on an EP, and we decided to just continue to write some new ones. And the first one was Spend, which was really cool. But we got together a couple months after we finished Spend and wrote One Star in that song, The Missing Link, and a couple other ones. But One Star came out of I think it's called, is it Cupid's Trick, off of Either Or by Elliott Smith.
Oh, yeah.
There's that. That was the main influence, because we were talking about how much we loved Elliott Smith and double track vocals, and just like, you know, double track acoustic guitars, which he did a lot, and weird tunings. And then the other one is Minnie Riperton's Les Fleurs. I think that's how you say it.
I don't know that.
It's the ending song of the movie Us by Jordan Peele. If you hear it, just Minnie Riperton is a legend, and she only has a few songs, but that song, it was like amazing, and it was a direct inspiration for the kind of ramping up pre-chorus of One Star. So there was those two, and I believe the other one was it's always, with Tom and I, it's always Yes. Like, we talk about Yes a lot, and how much we loved listening to Yes. And the beautiful thing about writing with Tom is that I think naturally he's always writing for two vocalists. So I have to always, like, I think he loves those kind of overlapping, like a song like Limb by Limb by Fish, or a song like, I mean, there's so many, even like Bouncing Around the Room is another example. They use that exercise so much, and that is like an angle I would have never thought to use. So that happens a lot at the end of One Star. There's like, it's layered with vocals. And that happens. That's kind of Tom's little like signature that I love. But yeah, those influences on that song, I mean, I remember, the other one is Last Goodbye by Jeff Buckley. When I sent the string arrangement to this gentleman named Max Mostyn, who arranged the strings for One Star beautifully, I sent him the Elliott Smith song and the Minnie Riperton song, and he was like, I don't see your vision yet. And then I sent him Last Goodbye by Jeff Buckley, which has amazing strings, and they're really up in the mix. I think he was like, all right, I'm on it. I got it now. It clicked a little bit more.
That song will knock you over, man.
Oh yeah.
That line haunts me forever. That line, kiss me, please kiss me out of desire, not obligation.
Yep.
The first time I heard that, I was like, oh
yeah.
Like, you know, it just, oh man. Anyway,
it's so cool that their Lover You Should Have Come Over is like having like a weird TikTok resurgence right now. I think it charted recently for like the first time ever, which is incredible.
It should forever, in my opinion.
I know,
it should always be on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jeff Buckley's one of those things where it's like, I want to keep it like so close to me, and I don't want anyone else to know about it, but I want everyone to know about it at the same time. It's so funny. But yeah, so like that, like all of those influences are so not like, hey man, let's write a Fish song, you know. But like the funny thing is that with Tom, and I love working with Tom so much. The funny thing is that the team that we built to make this record is like, Tom and I wrote about 5 or 6 songs, and he said we should work with Bryce Goggin at Trout Recording in Brooklyn, New York. And Bryce, he is responsible for all the first Space Hog record, which is amazing. The one with the song in the meantime. Yep. And he did all the Pavement records too, which I was such a huge fan of.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. But then the other thing that I realized is that Bryce has been working like right next to Trey since Farmhouse. So he did Farmhouse, he did Round Room. I think he did a bunch of other solo Trey records, but he just did Evolve with Fish. So it's kind of like you go in there and you go into like the control room, and then you start seeing like the Fish donut blanket, and you see the Fish records, and you're like, this is funny. Like we're kind of we've assembled the team that's Fish adjacent, but like I didn't do it intentionally. You know, I'm not out there, trying to be anybody else. I'm not trying, although it's funny in the instance of the band that I'm playing in, I just have been surrounded by a lot of great people that have like put me in touch with the right people. And I think that was like the best. And also my band that recorded on the whole record was like just awesome. They were killer. So
Yeah, who played drums on this? How many drummers?
So it's one drummer for the whole record. It's a gentleman by the name of Henry Thomas. He actually just joined the band, formerly Baked Shrimp, but he's in this band called Big Shrimp now.
Okay.
They're Connecticut-based kind of jam band. And he was also in another project called Residual Groove. And
I feel like I know that name.
yeah, there's
Okay.
Perpetual Groove, which was like, they were around for a while, but Residual Groove is a good friend of mine, Kieran Edwards, and his brother Previn started that band. They're a Connecticut-based band. And I've known Previn since like he was 12 and I was 14. We did a battle of the bands together. And we reconnected during the pandemic, and he's got this great band, and I kind of like poached that band to be like my backing band. So I took the rhythm section and Kieran to be the Kehoe band. And now, the lineups in Residual Groove have changed a lot, but we're all still like running in the same circles, all still friends, all still great people. But yeah, Henry played drums on that. Kieran Edwards plays a myriad of things. Like there's a bunch. I kept forcing him to bring in more synths every day that we tracked keys because he's got so many. And then Chris DeAngelis, who plays bass for Reprise, actually played bass on One Star. And on Spend is a bass player named Miles Lavolsi, who's also in a band called Cool Cool Cool, which is they're formerly Turquoise.
Okay.
Yeah. And Sammy Garrett, who's the vocalist of Cool Cool Cool, also sang all the backing vocals for that. And then all the string players on there are awesome too for One Star. But yeah, Spend and a lot of like about 7 of the other songs are all kind of the core 4 of me, Miles Lavolsi, Kieran Edwards, and Henry Thomas.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
it sounds just awesome. I mean, you can tell that everybody that's playing on it is like a pro musician. Like the way that people are serving the songs, and
that's awesome to hear that.
I mean, I don't know if that's just because I've listened to so many records and I'm so critical of like hearing shit, but like, but it sounds great. Like fidelity wise, like just the way that I was consuming it, because I listened to it at home and then I listened to it in the car. I like to do that. Because I feel like it helps me like soak in the tune too, the more I hear it. And when I'm driving, I don't know why, when I'm driving more, you would think you'd be paying attention less, but I feel it more in the car.
Yep. I agree with that.
I don't know what that's about.
It's this weird thing. I think you're really supposed to be focused on driving. So your brain is already like doing something. So I don't know. It enters kind of like a different part of your like psyche, I think. Dude, it's weird. Yeah. That's how I listen. That's the only way I can listen to Fish shows.
In the car?
Is in the car, yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that, because we're going to run out of time. I wanted to cover it. So like for people that don't know, so Cal is in a band called Reprise, which if you grew up in the era that I did with Dark Star Orchestra, who used to take Grateful Dead shows and redo those shows, you guys are doing that with Fish shows. Now, when I talked to you when we were texting the one day and I was asking you questions about you, enjoying myself because I was kind of like trying to work on it.
Oh yeah.
There are some songs that, like when we did the tribute show, I came up with like a list of like, these are my like bucket list Fish tunes I'd always want to play. Now some of them are not that hard, like Maze seems like it's hard, but it's not really that hard.
Yeah.
But then there are some other things like It's Ice and stuff that I was like, let's do this, or maybe we can do YM. And they were like, it's a one-off show, dude. Do we really want to break our backs? But you guys do that for every show. It's like, you got to know the catalog. And I know you said you've been kind of studying that stuff for a long time and shedding on that stuff. But when you guys are choosing the shows, first of all, tell me a little bit about how you choose the show. Is it like, I was at this show and it was great, or, that kind of thing?
So it definitely started as a project that was just going to be 97 Fish. and we had, do you know Osiris podcasts, where like Tom Marshall has like a bunch of podcasts, and RJB, Helping Friendly Pod, all those great podcasts. So
Mhm.
it was there were a lot of Osiris events where bands were put together, and me, RJ, and Tom had this concept of doing, they were doing a tribute to all the 97 shows, all the great like funk shows that happened, all the cow funk stuff.
Mhm.
So, you know, we wanted to put together a band that we were just going to call 97, which, you know, there are some compositions on all those shows, but a lot of it is just the like minor nine, like funk
Groovy.
stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like just Trey on a wah. And for me, I'm like, yeah, this is great. I don't have to do anything super
Right.
hard. We can jam and be like really funky and connected and stuff like that. So it definitely started that way. But on our debut shows, we did, we played at Nectar's for 2 nights in Burlington, Vermont. So we did like an 89 show
Mm.
and I think a Sugar Bush 94 show. And both of them were like insanely hard to play.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where we definitely try to pick things that are within the location of where we're playing. But we're gonna start branching away from that and kind of going, maybe just like going down the line of all the Live Fish releases, because there are a lot of shows that people listen to that love that weren't there. But the beautiful thing about doing location-based shows, like for instance, you know, where I think we're doing a in I can't announce that actually, but
Okay, yeah.
yeah. But like, you know, and I'm playing in Fairfield, Connecticut on Thursday, and we're doing a Hartford show. I believe we're
Okay.
playing a Hartford show. I could be totally wrong because we have so many of them.
You better
But for,
check.
yeah, I better check. But for instance, like, you know, there's gonna be a lot of people that were probably at that show. I'm sorry, we're not doing a Hartford show. We are recreating the Bomb Factory show from Texas. I was wrong
Oh,
about
okay.
that, which is the Tweezer Fest show. But like when we played Brooklyn Bowl the first time, we did New Year's, or we did 12/30/97, which was a MSG New Year's run show where it was like a 3-hour and 45-minute show where they played like Sneak and Sally like 3 times, and that was really fun. That was a really cool show. It was long, but it was cool. So yeah, I mean, with a lot of that, the thing that we've been joking about for the last 2 years of us being a band is that we've just been trying to avoid shows with Fluffhead in it, because it's like,
Uh-huh.
if we want to like just absolutely die, you know,
Mhm.
and
Well,
I mean,
Fluffhead and Reba, dude. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like, how for a song like Reba, for instance, like having to shed on that, like, what is your approach? Just slow, like steady and slow?
yes,
Mhm.
amazing slow downer is like the greatest thing ever. And the newest one that I've used honestly is Moises. Have you used Moises before? Where it's like a stem separator.
No, I've heard about it though. I know of it.
That's really helpful in the rehearsal space because you're able to just separate out the tracks and hear exactly what's going on. But yeah, I mean, it's really just like slow, and thank God there's like a, you know, a trillion videos of these guys doing these songs. Some of them not so much, but there's some songs that there's no visual evidence of, but there's a lot of really good angles of what Trey's doing online. And there's a lot of great resources. There's also a lot of stuff that's not right,
Mhm.
which is okay. You know, it's people's interpretation, like tab websites of the olden days. Um, but yeah, man, it's just really, really slow. Thankfully, with Reba, that was one of the first songs I had to learn for Pink Talking Fish.
Oh, wow.
So I sat up in this room, and when I joined that band, I learned like 150 songs in 6 months. And it was like, what they told me when I went for, you know, when I got the call in December of 2018, they said, if you can play Fly Famous Mockingbird, then you'll get the gig.
Mm.
So I woke up like every morning. I say I woke up at 7 a.m. every morning up until the audition. But that's just to make myself sound like I actually wake up at 7 in the morning,
Hey,
but I'm a
man, that's
musician.
fun. I mean,
But
that's
I
another
just,
tune that's hard.
oh,
That's
dude,
another
I shed that one so much, and I do think it helped me get the gig But yeah,
I'm
it's
surprised.
honestly just taking it really, really slow and you know, just utilizing all the resources that are available to you. There's a lot of great content online that's helpful, and it's also helpful to get into a room with 3 other musicians, specifically with the guys Reprise that are like they're all like I wanted them to be a part of that band because they're all better musicians than me, and I just wanted, I wanted they're so seasoned and they're very knowledgeable, and I mean, Chris has, like, years of jazz knowledge from being in college and playing out. That's Chris DeAngelis who plays, bass.
Who's
So
also in Kung Fu, right?
yep,
Like, oh
yeah,
yeah.
and The Breakfast, yeah, and,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, it's good. It's sometimes it's okay to fail a little bit and
Mhm.
have someone, a band member and a peer of yours to say like, "Hey, you're not actually playing that part right, because I
Yeah.
know Fish better than you, and
Yeah.
I've been to more shows than you."
And let's be real, Trey doesn't get it right every night. So, there's
He
that
wrote some
too.
hard stuff, man. I mean,
I know,
there's
man.
there's that bebop section of It's Ice that I work on it every day,
Mhm.
and it's so funny. I'll go and find a random live version of it to try to practice along with. I'm like, "Oh my god, he's not even doing it."
Yeah. Dude, and it's all those fugues and, like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, for Fluff Travels and stuff, like what you're talking about. I
Mhm.
mean, have you guys played that out yet?
No,
Okay.
not in either of the bands. In Pink
Okay.
Talking Fish, they've really wanted me to do it for a long time, but it's for some reason, it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like asking me to climb Mount Everest,
Mm.
you
Man,
know?
it's crazy because if you, like, as a young kid, like, my brother was the one that exposed me to Fish. Like, I
Mhm.
was I was in middle school, like, listening to Fish tapes and stuff in my brother's car and, like,
It's
Dead
awesome.
tapes and stuff. And my friends didn't understand it because they were listening to Pantera still and all that stuff, which was cool. I loved Tool and Pantera and
Yeah.
Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains and all that stuff. Um, but, the first time I heard Junta from cover to cover, like front to back, there was just something about it that was just a little harder edge than the Dead, spoke to me in my grungy ways, um, and spoke to me in a sophisticated way that, like, perked me up.
Yeah.
Like, because I was kind of just resting on, like, playing bar chords and power chords and, like, rocking out with my garage band. But that following summer, when I got together, after listening to that music so much, I noted like, they noticed my playing just went whew,
Oh, that's
because
awesome.
just because of taking the time to try to train my ear to figure out even the easiest stuff on that record,
Yeah.
even if it's just the chords to David Bowie in the beginning.
Yeah.
Um, it's just that kind of sophisticated guitar knowledge that it wasn't there amongst my other, friends who were in middle school playing guitar. It
Yeah.
really does make you so much better of a musician just learning that stuff.
It's true. I mean, especially just, like, even learning something as simple as, like, playing an arpeggio back and forth. I mean,
Mhm.
that was really the study of what YEM is. It's a series of arpeggios. At that minute and 20 seconds of music, I mean, I just played it, I think, 3 nights ago. We were texting back and forth, and you're like, "Hey, how do you do this?" It's like,
Mhm.
it's like every time that song starts and my drummer counts in, whichever drummer I'm playing with, it always feels like you just picked, like, an expert song on Guitar Hero, and you hear the, like, you hear the, like, and, like, the maps coming up in the sun. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can see all the, like, "Oh my god, there's an orange button on this song?" Like, I didn't play a ton of Guitar Hero, but it's always like, "Oh my god," it's like such a it just feels like you're on a tightrope,
Yeah.
also playing guitar, and but, like, yeah, trying to learn that song when I was, like, 12 or 13 after hearing Junta for the first time, and, I mean, that same thing happened with me with Junta. Junta was, like, huge for me. Junta and believe it or not, was the Roxy '93 shows were really big for me, and that was, like they're kind of the same era too, of Fish, similar enough, but trying to learn that on a Strat with action that was like this high.
Yeah, man.
You can't do it. Like, it really did. Like, so I'll try to tell a story very quickly, but years ago, before I joined Pink Talking Fish, the band did a Capitol Theater show in Portchester, New York, where they played all of Junta live with a circus troupe, which was really cool. I was actually in attendance for that. And my keyboard player, Ricky, actually had to get hospitalized because he had such a panic attack over learning the song Foam.
Oh my God, dude.
And Ricky was really close with Tony Markellis, the bass player, who sadly
Tab.
passed away who played for Tab. Yeah. And Tony gave Ricky Trey's email, and Ricky wrote, this is what happened. And Trey, never actually read the full email. Ricky won't show me all of it, but Trey sent a really massively long email about Junta. And it was like so kind. And at the end, he said, P.S. make sure your guitar player starts Yem with his pinky. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like it makes perfect sense. I don't know why I was starting it with my ring finger, but it's just these like little things. Like every Fish song that has those like fugues that you're talking about, you have to just make sure that the positioning is right. Like there's all different parts of the neck that are going to sound right in a Fish song, but you also have to make sure it's comfortable for you. Like that's really the biggest thing that I learned is like, sure, there might be parts of Reba that I'm not totally playing right, but it's definitely more comfortable for me. And by right, I mean like, yeah, I'm playing the right notes, but maybe it's not the same like form that Trey had.
Well, everybody's hands are different too. I mean, like, I from what I understand and I've heard, Trey has big hands.
He does, yeah.
So it's like if his finger and his reach is a little bit longer than yours and mine, we're gonna have to adjust to like playing that where we can play it. You know what I mean?
Freaking Silent in the Morning is like, it's just like crazy, man. That's what it's really easy sitting down and doing that and putting your guitar up like this.
Yeah.
But it is hard to do. Well, everybody else, like just the organ's just going, like me and Chris and Eric Gould, who plays in Pink Talking Fish, when we all have to play that, it's like, it is taxing. It's like, Paige, start freaking singing so I can change the way my fingers are.
Oh God, dude! I imagine your hand cramps up and you're just like,
gosh. Yeah, it's hard.
I mean, what is the most fun, difficult song that you guys play? Like, what's the song that you love playing, but it's hard, but you love the challenge?
Divided Sky is up there. Although I would say it's not the most challenging. It was Divided Sky and Peaches and Regalia were my Berkeley audition songs.
Okay.
So I worked really hard on them and I got kind of like lucky on that. I was like, oh, I already know those ones. I can go into Pink Talking Fish and Reprise knowing them. But I mean, I love playing that song. I love the dynamics of all the song. It's just Divided Sky is like probably one of the biggest reasons that I'm a guitar player, is that song and how special it was to like me and my dad and and just how many times I've been lucky enough to see it live. But recently it's definitely It's Ice.
Okay.
Like that was like a like Foam right now too is, I mean, like I like it now because I don't feel as stressed about it. And I'm like, oh, I can, once you get to the solo section, those changes suck. Solo over.
What are the changes on that section?
Oh man, I'd have to get my iPad out. I don't remember them.
I'm trying to hear it in my head, but
it's crazy. It's just, it sounds chromatic, you know, because Trey does that whole thing at the end.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
You know, that's all that stuff. you can get away with playing chromatic over that, but people are gonna tell, and some Fish fans would really be like, and
You didn't do that right.
you didn't do
Yeah.
that right. But
Persnickety.
yes, exactly. But yeah, It's Ice was like a Herculean task.
Mhm.
And like you play that once or twice on stage and you don't feel great about it, you bet your ass you're back in the freaking shed the next day, making sure that never happens to you ever again.
Yeah.
And that one is so much fun. I mean, it is crazy. That song is insane.
Yeah. I mean, that whole I never realized how much Trey loves, like, diminished scale
Yeah.
stuff. Like, how he maths out things, like, in a diminished scale almost.
Mhm.
And that was, like, when I first kinda started learning that tune. I don't know that whole tune, but I learned the boom-doo-doo-dah, boom-doo-doo-dah,
Yeah.
boom-doo-dah-da-da-da-da-da. I learned that 'cause I've always wanted to learn that. And I've never learned way. I've always wanted to learn
Oh.
way. Have you guys Yeah, man.
This is the part that always messes me up. Like it's funny, like it's just in a weird place of the guitar. It's like
Yeah.
somewhere that Trey, the only thing I can kind of equate it to is the like it's just like this little lick, but with Ray, I don't know what it is, man. It's just like uncomfortable. What is it? It's just weird, man.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
But it's so funky, and it's like funky dissonant music. It's just there's something about it, man. That whole record, I mean, when I was going back and listening to stuff again, when I started really getting back into it, that whole record is just a masterpiece of music. And and Billy Breathes is my favorite record of theirs.
Oh yeah.
But
Actually learning that song, the title track, I would have
Mhm.
never thought I'd ever play that song on stage. That's become one of my favorites.
Oh, really?
It's a beautiful song. That's an amazing. Billy Breathes is like one of my favorite song. Another Tom Marshall staple of three people singing three different words and melodies at the same time. It's a great song.
I just wish it was funny because it's nice to speak to people that are on the same wavelength as you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because it's when you have conversations with people. Like my drummer is a Berkeley cat, and
cool.
He is not really like he'll play Fish tunes when I'm like, hey, let's do this tune. Let's play Chalk Dust tonight or whatever. Like he's down with doing that. But he's just like, I just don't get it. And I'm just like, and that's fine, Like he's a huge Dave Matthews fan and he's a killer drummer, and like, that's like I can understand why, because Carter's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's funny because when you talk to some people, you really want to but dude, but really, like you gotta like you just have to like go in and like experience some of this stuff because it will change your perspective on music.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to talk to some people. Like, for instance, have you heard the new Mumford & Sons record?
Not yet. No.
Dude,
is it?
I have never been a Mumford fan.
Yeah.
I always felt like it was kind of like shouty and like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put this record out recently. Like it only came out like about 3 weeks ago or so.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I gotta
check that out.
It turned me into a fan.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like instantaneously. Now, the first 3 songs of that record, the first song, they played it on Saturday Night Live, and I heard it then, and I was like, oh, this is Mumford & Sons?
Yeah.
Weird. Okay.
Was that when Hosier came out with them too, or Sierra Farrell? I can't remember who.
She was out with for that. That was the song Here. Yeah, that's the opening track. And Chris Stapleton sings on it on the record.
Oh, cool.
Oh, and he's fucking kills it.
Yeah, I bet. He's a monster.
But like, yeah, the first 3 songs, and Hosier sang on, that's the second song on the record, and he's on the record.
God,
but awesome. It's like stuff like that where you kind of just got to give it a chance sometimes.
Yeah.
And
I
you
get
never
that,
know.
man. I get that. I mean, that was kind of like with Geese being the biggest band in the world right now. That was kind of like, I never listened to those guys ever. And then I saw them open up for King Gizzard like 2 summers ago. First King Gizzard show. I've always loved those guys. I went with my dad at Forest Hills, kind of on a whim. We just went, let's check out what's going on. And Geese absolutely blew me away. Like, I was like, "Why have I not been listening to them?" And then I loved their album 3D Country. I think it's, yeah, 3D Country, and then I was, like, telling everybody, I was like, "You gotta check this out," and they're like, "I don't know, man." Like, yeah, I gave, like, 1 or 2 songs, and now they are, like, they're the new Strokes, but I would say
Yeah.
they're, like, surpassing the fandom of the Strokes. Like, they're gonna get that big. They're gonna continue to get that big. And
I'll be
it's just,
honest, I haven't listened to any of their music. I should go check it out.
it's just go in with an open mind and an open heart, and it's definitely like, it's a little out there, but it's great. I think Cameron Winter is like an incredible songwriter. It's so funny. My keyboard player in my solo band, Kieran Edwards, absolutely, he got so into Geese, and he texted me not too long ago, and he was like, "I'm so fucking mad that these guys are only like 23." And I was like, "Dude, you're 25. Like, shut up. Like, you
That's
still
funny.
have time. It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be
That's
fine."
hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, those days are long behind me in my 20s, but, like, yeah, I mean, I feel like when I heard them come out of, like, just out of the blue, you've been hearing about Goose forever,
Yeah.
which I don't really love Goose. I respect the hell out of them. I think they're really talented guys, but I just can't get into their music. I don't know what it is. I've tried.
Yeah.
Um, but, like, when I heard Geese, I'm like, "Is that somebody just mispronouncing Goose? Like, what's going on here?" But, I didn't know that they were a thing, and then I guess now that you say that, I'm gonna go check them out. And
Yeah.
I did see King Gizzard. I did go with my buddies to see them this past summer, and it wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
It's just it's almost too chaotically different from
Yeah,
song to
I hear what you're
song.
saying.
You
Yeah,
know
I
what
hear
I
what you're
mean? Like,
saying.
I needed a little bit more conformity, like, from song to song.
It's a lot. I mean,
Mhm.
I think what I like is that there was this kind of weird, for a moment, there was a weird kind of crossover between, like, the Fish scene and the King Gizzard scene, because Trey gave the stamp of approval.
Right.
And I think when that happens, a lot of people will gravitate towards that, which I think is so
Like
funny.
Ween.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like
Mhm.
Ween, which I think is so funny because of my, like, upbringing too, of this is a Grateful Dead household. This is an Allman Brothers household. This is a Pink Floyd household. And, like, my dad saw so many Grateful Dead shows, and it was just like such a big thing for me. And, like, I'm always the first person to the only person that says this, but I'm always like, I always end up saying this, but, like, I was born the day after Jerry Garcia died in 1995. And, like, that was like to me, there's something there for me with that's like a personal thing. And with the Grateful Dead, like, they've always been such an important part of my life. And it's so funny because, like, my dad in the 90s and stuff, like, he wasn't gonna go and see a bunch of Fish shows.
Mhm.
Just as, like, I think that there's a lot of Fish fans that are like, "Fuck that, I'm not going to Goose,"
Mhm.
but then there's, like, there's always a moment in time where they're gonna intersect perfectly in your life, and you're gonna be like, "Okay, I get it now." And it took a lot of convincing, but it was, like, 2007, 2008, my neighbor gave us a bunch of Fish bootlegs, and um just gave me, like, Junta and the Roxy shows, and, like, we bought the Brooklyn Key Span 2004 show, like, box set that has, it's like one of their last tours before they broke up. But and then it just, like, was this bomb went off, and it was like, okay, now I get it. Like, they're
Mhm.
two completely different bands, just as I think is, like, King Gizzard and Fish are two completely different bands. Goose and Fish are two different bands. Like, it's like, I think that there is an intersection of all those things. But like you said, I mean, music's music,
Mhm.
just like
Yeah.
what you like, you
I
know?
know. And I'm so happy for Mo that they're starting to kinda ramp back up and get
Yeah.
more people in rooms again and stuff, and those guys were, like, my North Star. I always felt like Trey was just out of my reach in terms of, now that I'm an older player and I understand theory better and I understand things, I can kind of reach and grasp some things.
Yeah.
But I always felt like those guys, like, I could get there, a little bit easier. Not to downplay their guitar playing, because 'cause they're both, Chuck and Al are great players, but it seemed more accessible to me.
Sure.
Um, and there's something about them too, where they're coming from that like rock scene, like those guys are only a little older than me.
Yeah.
But I feel like they were coming from a different angle too. Cause like back when 95 was my first Fish show. That's when the
Oh,
first
wow.
show I saw was in 95. And I
Where at?
heard US Air Arena.
Oh, cool.
And they played I can't remember if it was David Bowie or if it was a free that was like 40 minutes long. I can't remember, but it was like a long song.
Yeah.
One of those deals. And but I mean, I had been listening to them for years. I just, that was my first show. But I just heard about Mo maybe only a couple of years after that. And I got so deep in the weeds with those guys. I actually just interviewed Jim. I did a gear gab with Jim about his rig, and I was hanging out with Chuck. And Chuck was like my hero, dude. So it's like you running into Trey. Like Chuck knows me now. He's like, "Hey, Mark!" Like when he's walking across the stage to get ready for sound check, I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!"
That's
like,
awesome.
keep it together. You know what I mean?
So cool.
But like he's asking my opinion now about gear and shit because like that's what I do online.
Yeah.
And,
I will say, I hate to interrupt you, but I will say, that we're live on this show right now. I will say I've watched many of your videos over the years, and I definitely have made decisions on gear based on things that you've said. And like, I'm always like, okay, so he's playing with the two rock on this show. Okay, cool. So yeah. Oh, what's that pedal? Like, I'm always like, I've watched, I don't know how long I've been subscribed to your channel, but your
awesome.
info on pedals and everything that you and gear in general. And there was that era where I think you were playing like a Strat that was in like C standard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved like when you were doing that stuff. Like that was actually very inspirational to me because I was
cool.
I love that shit. Like I'm a big like Blake Mills nut and stuff like that. I was like, oh, like that, I should start doing that again. Like I've made decisions. I've kind of grown to be friends with Robert Keeley now, which is cool.
Nice.
Because he's putting out that new pedal, which I have the prototype of, that RK 2000 siren thing. I've been using the prototype, but he literally just sent me the final one today. I've got it. But I bought the Halo delay based on the video that you made.
Oh yeah, dude. That's a great pedal.
It's funny. I think you did one of the Zoma too. I bought that one. I got that one as well.
That's on my acoustic board. I use that on my acoustic board. But
here it is, and it's plastic.
Oh yeah. I still don't have that. I don't think I need that though. I'm not doing stuff like you guys. Like I don't need that.
I know you might not need it. A Chase Bliss Mood will do a similar thing, but the mod function on it can create textures that are so not Trey. They're not 97, 98 sirens,
Right.
There's a lot. I've been using it a lot.
Yeah. That's a cool pedal. I bought that at one point, and I think I sold it because I was like, I'm never going to use this on stage. Nobody wants to hear me try to use this thing on stage. I mean, I get a hard enough time. I redid like my pedal board because I went in the studio last night, and I brought the Stadium because I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to use the Stadium to do this studio session. And I'll be honest, dude, it's not the same.
Bro, really?
I like it at home, and I actually like using it live. I used it on a gig 3 weeks ago on stage. Yeah. I bought an FR cab, and it sounded friggin' awesome. But in the studio, I need to hear an amp making noise, especially if I'm like tracking a solo or something.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just need to hear it, even if I'm hearing it like over top of my headphones. I love that sound, by the way, that muffled, it's so fucking loud in the room kind of thing. But I like feeling it. So it's just not the same. So I don't think I'm going to be using the Stadium to record with. I think I'll use it actually probably more live, which is funny.
Yeah. For some reason, when you said that, I remembered. I thought you had the Tone Master, but it's the Line 6 Stadium. Is that what, that's what it is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean I love the HX effects, the big pedal that like came kind of in between the HX Stomp and the Helix. Mm-hmm. That's like such an underrated pedal, and Line 6 is so great. But like amp modeling is, I mean, I've been going direct in now for the last, I want to say like 3 years which is kind
Dang.
of insane. I started with the Walrus Audio, like I think it's the ACS1 or something.
That's great pedal.
I did the Universal Audio Dream 65 for a long time, but there was always this kind of digital artifact that I couldn't get over with those. Yeah. And then the Tone King Imperial preamp has been like my main thing. And it's like, it really is with the FRFR cab. I just got the 12-inch speaker Fender one, which is great.
Oh,
But
dude.
yeah. Oh, you got it? Oh, you got the Tweed.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, man. It sounds great.
Yeah, I don't mic it live. I still give them a direct in, but I need something behind me, and it's like it is pretty accurate. Like I'm getting on a plane in 2 days or 3 days. Yeah, 2 days for a run in Denver, and it's like I feel confident knowing that I'm gonna have like a really good amp, and it has tubes. Like that thing has tubes, and I feel good about it. I don't feel like I'm totally like. Some people are like, oh, you're doing just all digital. But like we're playing with this band Steely Dead, and the bass player and the guitar player, they're both playing with quad cortexes, and the tones are like insanely good. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I know, dude. It made me mad the first time I plugged in the stadium, and it almost made me mad when my band came for a rehearsal, and they were like, wow, man, that sounds great. I'm like, meanwhile, look at this goddamn amp that I've been taking around.
I know.
But
that thing is gorgeous.
It's amazing. It sounds great, and it's gonna come out again. But I was pissed because I was like, man, it does sound good. It really they fucking are nailing it now, man. It's weird.
The thing that I learned is like I just want. That's why I love the Dream 65 so much when I was using it. It's just one thing. It's a deluxe reverb. And like that's how I set up this thing too. Like my pedal board's behind me, but that's how I set up the Tone King. It's like it's just, I don't fuck with the presets. It's just one thing for me because that's what I would do anyway. Yeah. And I think that when you get into menu diving, which I think is cool. I mean, like especially with all the like neural DSP stuff that is coming out, like that John Mayer plugin that came out is like amazing. I've had the Corey Wong plugin for a long time. I did an entire disc for ESPN for the NHL in 2021 for Disney ABC and all that stuff. And like my stuff still randomly will get played on different, games like NBA and MLB. I think it was played during some college football. All of the guitars, thank you. All the guitars were recorded with the Corey Wong plugin. I never had to mic up an amp once, and it still is great. Like I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anything you play through is going to sound good. So it's like,
oh, I appreciate that.
Well, we didn't get to half the questions, Cal, but that's okay.
No.
That's okay. That's usually what happens when a good conversation happens.
Yeah.
Well, let's do. This is what I wrote for your album. So everybody. So what's the name of the new record and when is it dropping?
It's called I Guess So. ... That's it.
Okay. And when does it come out?
That is to be announced. I'm gonna continue to put out some singles, but I'm hoping it won't be too long.
Okay.
It won't be too long. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna put out probably 3 or 4 more singles.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it, man.
Yeah, man.
So this is what I wrote. So I wrote 1 star. What did I say? The mixture of major and minor, Peter Gabriel modal. I said that. Spend powerful pop rock tune. Oh, and then your voice sounds great. Like your singing on it is great.
I appreciate that.
Your tone is great on the record. What did you play through on the record? Like, what was your rig?
It's a lot of it was I have a 65 Pro Reverb that I've loved for a while. One of the speakers is like broken, but we still played through it. And then I think there's a couple of Marshall-y things that we used, but a lot of it was just like it was just all Fender amps. It was like a twin, I think there was a 70s twin reverb that we did some stuff on. But it varies. A lot of it was that 65 Pro Reverb. That was the moment I learned that like I'm a Frusciante like purist too. I love John Frusciante. That was the moment I learned that Boss DS2s don't sound good through Fender amps.
Yeah, I can imagine. Isn't that weird how some circuits just don't work with a certain amps? There's like this.
some
a
things
weird
are
thing.
just like fuzz faces and Marshalls or DS2s and Marshalls or tube screamers and deluxe reverbs. Like they're like supposed to be there together.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
so weird, man.
it's bizarre.
Well, everybody make sure you're keeping up with what's going on with Cal dropping these singles because they sound amazing. And I wrote here sophistication without pretentiousness.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
It's just I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, if you want to send it to me, I'd love to hear the whole thing.
I'm definitely going to.
Okay, cool. All right, let's do the lightning round get down. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you, it's 10 questions.
Oh boy.
It's a this or that type situation. You can explain your answers if you want. I'm going to put on a metronome at 112 BPM, freezing altitude for some suspense.
Okay.
You can explain your answers if you want to. You do not have to, but you can.
Okay.
First one's always the same. Lennon or McCartney?
McCartney.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Sweet potato fries or regular fries?
Sweet potato fries. Yeah.
Twin or Baseman?
Oh, Twin.
Who's an artist that passed away too soon, a musician that you wish was still making music today?
Jeff Buckley. Firm answer.
Monkey bars or seesaw?
The monkey bars. Why not?
Okay. Escape to the beach or escape to the mountains?
Escape to the beach.
Time travel or space travel?
Time travel all the way. I'm the biggest Back to the Future fan. And I think that although there's a lot of things wrong with time travel and there's a lot of time dilation things, I think don't you want to just go back in time and see the Beatles or see Jimi Hendrix or, prevent some really bad shit from happening and then come back and then be like, oh, everything's fucked up. And then you got to go back. Like, I always want to do it. I want to do it all.
Did you watch that James Franco show on Netflix?
Yeah. 11/23/62. Is that what it's called?
Something like that. Yeah.
That's an amazing show.
It was great. I was
spoiler alert.
All right. Billy Breeze or Story of the Ghost?
Story of the Ghost.
All right. And here's the last one, Cal. Sometimes it's the easiest, sometimes it's the hardest. If you could take one record and erase it from your memory, just so you could go back and experience it for the first time again, what record would that be? Ooh, show and tell. Yeah, dude, man.
Come on.
Yeah, that's the most popular answer.
I know it's definitely like the sheep answer, no pun intended on Pink Floyd, but like
animals
with the lossless audio, with the technology of today, with Dolby Atmos. I was actually afforded an amazing opportunity by a friend of mine named Austin Marshall, who happens to be married and manages Maggie Rose. They live in Nashville. Mm-hmm. He owns Reba McEntire's old studio space. And we went to Nashville. He gave me a tour, and they have a Dolby Atmos mixing room.
Ooh.
And they were like, let's future-proof ourselves. Let's build Dolby Atmos here. And I can't remember what the engineer was mixing at the time, but he was so gracious to let me in and just sit in on the session. And he was like, he turned his chair around. He was like, do you want to hear Dark Side of the Moon? And I was like, yeah. And it was like, I only got to hear Money, but it was still like, my dad was I can't remember the date of it. I believe it was 1974 or 73 for Dark Side. And it's the first time that anyone had really heard quadraphonic sound live. So hearing all of those, with the clocks and time and Money and all those things passing by, I mean, that album to me and all of the ambient kind of things that Pink Floyd created I'm talking purely like sound effects too. Like, I think for all of their records, especially like The Wall and Wish You Were Here is a great example with a lot of like the radio stuff and wind and machine sounds and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Dark Side of the Moon was that was the precursor for all of those other albums. And with Dark Side of the Moon, you can hear the next 4 albums that they make. And that's what I think is so amazing about it. And I think that all of the ambient noise with all that, I think adds such a like a layer to the music that's already really good. Like it already stands on its own as like some of the best music ever written.
Mhm.
Now that I'm explaining this, I could name like 100 different albums. Like I'm literally looking at Kid A
Oh,
and Grace
yeah.
by Jeff Buckley. I wish those are 2 other albums. Those happen to all just be there on my record table right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
But I think this is like a second pressing Dark Side of the Moon. It still has the
Holy shit,
stickers.
dude.
Yeah. This was a
Damn.
gift. I try to keep it really, really careful. But this comes close to the Dolby Atmos experience I had. This on vinyl still comes close, but it's my firm answer. Long answer to that. But
No, I mean, it's warranted, and I feel like you're in good company of the people that did say it. You know what's interesting too is my guest on the last episode, we were talking about the Live at Pompeii show.
mm-hmm.
And I love how that's on like Apple Music now to listen to.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
awesome.
forgot that one groove in Echoes, like when they're doing that really funky, like dirty groove. Yeah.
It's so
It's
like
so good. That groove is so dirty. But like we were talking because anytime it pops up like as a reel on Instagram, it's like I never skip it.
Yeah.
I always watch it all the way through because it's so fucking dirty. Oh my god.
Have
I mean,
you watched the music video for Gratitude by the Beastie Boys? Have you ever seen that?
no.
It is a Gratitude was like one of their kind of like up tempo, kind of like rocky kind of punk songs. They wrote a lot of punk music too, but
Mhm.
watch it. Everyone watching this, watch it. It's if you know Live at Pompeii by Pink Floyd, the Beastie Boys recreate Live at Pompeii to like a T, like the Echoes video where it's like the camera's rotating around the whole band. They
Yeah.
got so close to it that I think all the road cases have the stencils that like where it says like Pink Floyd, it says like Beastie Boys. They recreated Pompeii just for this music video, and it is unreal. It's so good.
Dude, my favorite thing that was ever put out from the Beastie Boys was the end sound from Way Out. Like when it was
Yeah,
all the instrumental stuff that was off all those records.
they were
Mm,
so good, man. They're one of my favorite bands of all time.
mm.
Pink Talking Fish actually did a whole tour where we added a 4th band, and it was Beastie Boys, and there was like so much to choose from.
Oh, I bet.
Just like because they also played a lot of their own instruments,
Yeah.
and like they were incredible, man. I still love those guys. And yeah, rest in peace, MCA. It's cool
Yeah,
those
for real.
2 other guys are still around, but I wish they were making music,
Oh, yeah, man. Well,
Yeah.
Cal, dude, thank you so much for hanging out. I feel like I could talk to you for another 3 hours, dude. It would be
Let's just
easy,
do it
easy.
again.
I know. BV, thanks for moderating the chat. Everybody, go check out Pink Talking Fish on tour. Also, like if you are a Fish fan, check out Reprise when they're in your area. All really super talented musicians. Keep going, man.
Still really
Oh my
hard.
god, yeah, it is hard. It's a little finger twister.
Oh, yeah.
So Cal's website, so Cal Kehoe, so CALKEHOE.com. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, please go check him out. You can find him on Instagram too. What's the next thing? You're going out on the plane, you're going to Colorado.
Yeah, we're playing with Reprise in Fairfield, Connecticut at FTC, the Warehouse. It's a great venue. We're recreating the Bomb Factory show, which is every other song is Tweezer. So that's really fun. And then I'm getting on a plane at 6 a.m. and I'm playing in Colorado for 2 days, a Denver adjacent with a band called Steely Dead. Which does Steely Dan and Grateful Dead. And Saturday we're playing at the Fillmore in Denver with it's a festival kind of event night called How Sweet It Is. So it's Melvin Seals and JGB, Steely Dead, and us. Pink Talking Fish, that is. And then we're playing Arizona and then flying back, and then I keep playing forever.
There you go, man. Well, I mean, it's so great to hang out with you, and it's just, I mean, I wish you nothing but success, buddy. You deserve it, and I think you're
Thanks, man.
It's fun to see like all these different projects that you're doing, and I cannot wait for everybody to hear the full record because if the rest of it is telltale of what these first two I heard are like. It's going to be killing, man. It's going to be probably in a heavy rotation for me, this
I
year.
appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, we should play some guitars soon. Let's definitely do that. We'll figure out a way to do that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, Cal, hang 1 second. Everybody else, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time.